Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Rebel 10 year. What can go wrong?
You rebel scum.
So, those that have seen some of the videos in the past know I really enjoy Rebel. I think that this Lux Row product does a very, very good job. So, the Ezra Brooks and the Rebels, when I see a store pick of those, I almost always have to lean in to get them, especially if it's a store that I trust. I did the Rebel in a blind, the first blind that I did, which was 12 samples, and it turned out very well. A lot of people really were surprised how good the Rebel was. And so there was an opportunity for me to pick up the 10-year Rebel a couple weeks ago. And I hadn't had the opportunity to get to it because I've had so many good things slated in front of it. Some awesome, opportunities to hunt some stuff, and provide some different news. So I was like, man, I really need to get into this because I really like the Lux Row products. I think they're doing a great job. This is out of Bardstown, Kentucky. This was bottled and distilled in Kentucky. I'm hoping that this is their own juice, but they have it's pretty neat because each one of these 10 years, they tell you which barrel it is. Each barrel, of course, when you have a single barrel, it's going to have its own unique experience. So, only the people that got stuff out of this barrel will have maybe the exact same type of experience that I have. I'm sure they'll be similar, but anytime you deal with a single barrel, you get something that's potential to be totally unique than anything else. So for most bourbons, when they do, when they're trying to run something consistent, they'll dump a bunch of different barrels into things until they get that same taste profile that they're looking for. But when you get a single barrel, you get a lot of variability, and there's that potential you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get something that tastes like the normal. And sometimes it varies a lot. And that's the cool part about having a single barrel, as long as it's on the good side of things. But if you get one that just has a funk or a taste that you don't like, it could really, literally, and I guess perceptually, leave a bad taste in your mouth about that product. And you may not want to go back to it. But I really like the stuff Lux Row's been throwing out, so let's see what we get in this one. Now, this is only 100 proofer. People that watch the channel, you guys know I like higher proof. But if it's a lower proof, it better have very good quality. It better have something that comes to it. Right off the bat, you're getting standard, what I would call fare for a bourbon. You're getting some caramel. You're getting some vanilla. I'm getting a little cherry on this, which is nice too. I like the cherry notes. I'm getting some oak on this, and I'm getting a little tobacco on the nose. Trying to see if I pick up anything else on there, because there's a little something in there I just can't quite place right now. Very oily, very viscous, so I'm definitely liking that part on it. Almost get like a peanut butter toffee type of note on this as well. No, well, not peanut butter, but peanut toffee note on this as well. Let's go ahead and give it a taste, see what we got. So this does have a very good mouthfeel to it. Even though this is a wheater, I'm getting a little bit of a peppery spice to it on the back of this, which is nice. It's not overpoweringly sweet, and those that know I like my bourbon sweet doesn't mean I disclude something because it's not super sweet. but I think it's got a very nice sweetness to it. Still trying to figure this one out a little bit. On the back, I am getting that oak on the back there, which kind of dries out the back of your palate a little bit. I'm getting the tobacco in there. I would say that this is probably about a medium finish. I am still getting the kind of peppering note that goes with it. It is a very smooth sipper. That's one thing that they put on the box, is that they want this to be a real smooth sipper. And it definitely is. It's a smooth sipper. It's something you can sit on. I can even think having a nice little cigar with this, it doesn't have the complexity of some of the different cigar blends that I've had. But it does have something where you can sit around with it, smoke on a cigar, or just kind of relax a little bit watching some TV, a game, or something like that. I'm getting kind of like a light caramel wash on it. Like I said, if you don't like overly sweet bourbons, but you like a very classic bourbon taste, this might be a very good bottle for you, depending on, you know, what you're willing to spend on it and things like this. I think this was a little bit pricier for this bottle. I can't remember the exact amount on this. Now, as far for me and my jam, I think it's very good, but it's not something that I would go back out and buy again, just because if I'm going to spend, you know, 80, 100 bucks on a bottle, I prefer something that's a little bit sweeter. If you're someone that likes maybe a little more balance, but then on the back end, you're kind of looking for the barrel char, the oak, some of the tobacco, a little bit of spice, this could be very well your jam. I like mine with like a lot sweeter up front, and then to transition into those things, where this is more of just a very nice classic bourbon, where you get subtle sweet up front, and then on the back you really start. That's where this one really shines, is on the back end. The barrel char, from the oak on there, you get some of the oak in there, and then you get some of the pepper in there, and then you're getting some of the tobacco in there. So this one really shines more on the back end than the front end of my palate. It's got a very, very nice mouthfeel. The more I drink it, the smoother it is on you. So it's a very smooth sipper, but at 100 proof, I would have kind of expected that for myself. But I think that this one really starts to shine on the back end of your palate, and even some of the finish, because you're getting still a nice light hug through here, but you get those residual tastes that kind of come back through after it's initially gone. Then you kind of get this build on the back after you've had, you know, an opportunity to chew on it a little bit. So that's where I think that this one really shines. Is it my flavor? No. Does it mean that it couldn't be your flavor? It very well could be. Like I said, I think Lux Row does a great thing. I mean, you can taste the quality in it, even at 100 proof. Like I said, the mouthfeel for me is very, very nice. You get a lot of things on the back end, and it's just subtly sweet. And I tend to like overly sweet. Yeah, I mean, this is just a very good bourbon. But like I said, it's not something I would probably hunt again. But you got to remember, this is only a single barrel. With it being a single barrel, I could have another one down the line that just maybe has something sweeter that hits my notes and my flavor profiles better. So don't knock something that's a single barrel, because sometimes you get one that's a little bit off. This doesn't really have any funk on it or anything like that, and I tend to like the funk, but it's just a very smooth overall good product. Friday nights, guys, if you have not had the opportunity to watch Whiskey Wisdom's lives on Friday nights, they are a lot of fun. I love watching Matt and Brandon and interacting with the people in there. If you're free on a Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, check them out. Brandon and Matt do a great job. Last night they had Myron from Bourbon drop on there. He is an awesome dude. Absolutely enjoyed watching him on there last night. If you haven't checked out his channel, he does a great job. He's in the, what is they call, the Delmarva area. So, you know, so he's up in that area and there. And he brings some very interesting points. He just had recently done a video with, you know, I think 4, you know, top tier bourbons and what he would use as an alternative if he couldn't get those. And they're not exactly apples for apples, but he gives a very good idea why he would say, hey, if you can't get this, maybe you can get this at a better price point, and it would kind of fill that gap. So excellent there. Next week, they're going to have Baker's Drinks on there. Absolutely love Baker Drinks. They do a great job out there. Laura, Troy, even got some awesome samples. They do a good job of taking care of people and really enjoy their channel. So check them out. A lot of fun. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. This will come out Sunday, probably afternoon, you know, so probably right about church time. I'll be traveling at that time, coming back from my daughter's house. So I'm sure I'll have had a blast with my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandkids. And hopefully I've done a little hunting there, but most important thing while I'm there is to spend time with the family. Looking forward to them. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for growing the channel. God bless. All right, so hanging out the grandkids today. Victor, congratulations. Very excited for you. Can't wait to get these in your hands. Didn't want to butcher your last name, but I'll be reaching out to you. You have a great day.